Us as people have the right to choose good. We have the ability to choose good. We wake up each and every day and we choose to better ourselves. We choose to become stronger. We choose to make better habits. We choose to not become cold or cruel in a world that, frankly, tries to make you that way. In a world that values that in people. In a world that values a cutthroat approach, that values stepping on others to put yourself higher. We get to choose each and every day to not fall into that. To not be what our world wants us to be. To not show that the people who worked their way to the top in that way were right to do it. There's no doubt it's successful. There's no doubt it works. But when you fall into results-based thinking, well, if you I'm not gonna say that example. That could get me in trouble, I suppose. There's a lot of things you could do that would get the results that you want. But we don't do them because they're wrong. Right? We want the result, but we realize that the result is not worth giving up our humanity, is not worth crossing our morals, is not worth being perceived as a bad person, whether by yourself or by others. I would hope that many people have a moral compass, that many people actually hold themselves accountable, that many people want to be good for themselves. But I also don't think the world tries to make us that way. I think the world tries to make us seek the approval of others so that we can be controlled by, well, other people, right? You know, we think of places like China and Russia as communist countries not having freedom, being under constant surveillance and control by their government, which is factual. But are we not also under control of other people? Under the control of the companies that own these social media sites, under the control of the companies that own the news stations that tell us what's happening, that decide which stories are worth telling and how to tell them? Are we not under control of fear instilled into us by others, for others? Are we not told to fear that immigrants are coming in and stealing our jobs? Are we not told to fear that? And then that fear manifests as everyone you perceive to be an immigrant is now an enemy. They're not an enemy, they're a person. I mean, we see this in media all the time about the Cold War and how, you know, everyone was so scared of communism and how I'm not advocating for communism here. This is merely a thing that every person understands people in the US have been programmed to have a problem with. It's perceived as bad. As many things are that are not within our culture. We have to choose every day to get up and stand in the face of a world that wants us to hate others for being different, and we have to stand and say that we don't. We have to stand and say that it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if they're different. It doesn't matter if they act different. It doesn't matter if they have a different way of life. That they're just like us. That pertains to culture. Now, a way someone could try to extend that is to say that there will be another video on this channel called We're Animals, where I talk about many things, but one point is that we can all be pushed to do unspeakable things. Us as people don't like to think that we're capable of what monsters like Ted Bundy are capable of, right? And the truth is, right, he had a lot of problems, and he was treated very poorly, and he had a lot of trauma. That doesn't excuse anything that he did, God no. He's a terrible excuse for what a human being should be. But he is a human being. And if we went through the same things that he went through, how much different would we be? Now, we wouldn't turn out the same. You know, everyone has different thresholds for pain. They have different reactions to stress. They have, you know, there's variability in human nature and how we respond to stimulus. That's been proven over and over again, and we see it each and every day, right? Some people are more capable of coping with certain things, and some people just aren't cut out for it. Would we turn out exactly the same? No. No, probably not. But we'd be fucked up. But we might have bad tendencies. You know, we might kill. We might not do it ritualistically. We might not do it for fun. Might not do it for pleasure. But maybe someone says something wrong to you at a bar, and you make the decision that that person's life is meaningless and that they lost their right to live. It's a thought. It's a thought that each and every one of us can become the monsters we perceive. Each and every day, we have to wake up and say, I'm going to choose good. I'm going to choose to heal from the things I've been through. I'm not going to put people through the pain I've been through. You know, I don't want people to suffer like I have. We have to wake up each and every day and say, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna be better than those people that hurt me. I'm gonna be better than what I've been through. I'm gonna grow in spite of everything that's happened to me. We have to wake up every day and choose good. We have to wake up every day and say that it's okay. That the world sucks. That people are terrible. That there are genuine people who calling them monsters is not wrong, but it's just that humans are monsters. We're beasts. We're animals. We have no high ground over a wolf or a bear or a deer or fish. We're just like them. We're animals. And we have an intelligence that's terrifying and has allowed us to live and thrive despite our physical limitations, right? Compared to some of those animals, right? A person versus a lion stands no chance without the invention of a gun. We have an intelligence that has made us terrifying. And it makes us just as scary to one another as it does to the rest of the world and the animals that live in it. So we have to wake up every day and choose to be better. Because every single one of us can make the world a worse place. But that also means every one of us can make it a better place. Make your choice.